Alright, little update on the Bonafide XTR130. Minor changes, not a lot. Alright, Minn Kota 30-pound thrust, Autoboat Smart Head. That's my bow mount. Alright, one of the changes, I did have two graphs. Now it's just one. It is the Elite FS9 with active target. I purchased the active target 2. I got rid of the Eagle Eye 9 live sonar that was actually sitting on top of the Lowrance unit right here. So that was the changes. Extension arms for my throttle for the NK300. Bluetooth speaker attached to the seat. Ammo box. Soft plastics are inside of here. This is another option if you guys don't want to buy the Yak Attack. I just tap 2 holes down. This is a Heart toolbox. That is just my storage. Odds and ends, supplies, first aid, etc. This is a cutting board to reinforce the top with deck pad on top. You can stand on it. This little deck pad right here is just for a small cooler. If I do feel like keeping fish, I'll strap it down to this so it's not in the way on the deck itself. Rod holders are still the same. Sonar in the back. Look at that big beautiful motor right there. NK300. Transom saver. This is so I can travel with it and I do not have to take it off of the kayak. That is one less step that I have to do, is taking it out of the truck, installing it, so it's already on there. It is not controlled by the foot control. It is a hand steer kit. It is the New Canoe EPS F10 hand steer kit. We're going to show you how responsive it is. Another ammo box right here, more soft plastics. Alright, let's show you how responsive. That's how responsive it turns. Even at 100% throttle, it will still turn with ease. This is the actual steering handle for the EPS hand steer kit from New Canoe. It runs off of a steel cable rod that runs all the way back. Right there. I did extend the handle. This is a little bit of conduit piping attached to an Abu Garcia Vendetta rod. I actually snapped the rod in half, saw that I could use it for something. Added a little extra spice, put a Scully on there. Track mount on the side so I can mount my net. Tackle tray underneath, which was a Heart tool slide tray. There's a third one that can actually sit on top of that one. They all do slide out. Electronic panels on either side for lights. Button light here on either side. Button lights there. This right here was one of the rod holders that Bonafide gave to us when we purchased this. Basically what I use it for is when I have multiple poles on the deck, I set them in that area so I can just easily access them. Deck padding that I built to stand on. That way you're not just standing in the same spot and denting it in on the kayak. All it is cutting board with deck pad. Foam padding on either side because the actual deck is not flat. First hatch right here is just storage. Raincoat, binoculars, tools, scale, water, etc. Second hatch, fuse panel for trolling motor and for all electronics. 50 amp hour battery for the trolling motor, 220 amp hour batteries for the electronics. Extra gasket seal to keep the water out, to make sure the water stays out. Another thing that I did, since this is one of your regular cheap screw 'em on trolling motors, this actually, transom mount does not come off. It actually has a lock inside here that locks to this. This is a 7/16 pin. It's bigger than a standard pin. I drilled it out. I do have it locked up. This is so I could just pull this pin out and take this top head unit off. Transom mount still stays on there. Anderson connectors so I can disconnect the power. That's how that works right there. Alright, to lock the kayak up to the trailer. Brinks, steel cable, eye loop. Goes through, comes through the scupper hole here in the front, locks that up. There also is 2 sets of cables. One bring steel cable lock on this side, as on the other side. It will come through, go through the cutout right here, and then it will go through the other lock and lock up. So that way it's holding the kayak to the trailer and the seat as well. Another addition, connected the automatic ratchet straps to the trailer. Another step saved. That way, push a button, retracts in. Don't have to worry about straps bundled up in your truck, bed of the truck, or in the kayak. One less step saved. Tell me what you guys think.